Are you struggling with class management and you just feel like everything's chaotic, or you just feel like it's you? Well, first off, it's not you. And everybody goes through class management struggles, no matter how experienced you are. It's just, class management is really difficult. So give yourself some grace. But in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 different tips for you to help you with class management so that you feel more at ease. So first and foremost, you really want to introduce yourself and you want to set the tone straight. So when you're introducing yourself, just make it short and sweet. It does not have to be this long, drawn out about your life, even though it's wonderful and I'm glad you want to share, but you just can say something like, "Hey guys, I'm Mrs. Watts. I'm so happy to be with you today. Fun fact about me, I went to this school when I was in middle school and I absolutely loved it. I actually had your teacher in class," which has happened to me because I ended up coming back to my alma mater. So that has happened to me so many times. And the kids actually really liked it. They were like, "Wow, like you had my teacher." So one, that kept me making sure I'm doing the best that I could because it was my teacher. And I just felt like, oh, I need to do really well. And then afterwards, I would ask them, even though they weren't in the classroom that day, I would ask them advice and what I needed. But the other part to it is setting that tone, setting that expectations, and making sure that they know that you have boundaries and you mean business and you are going to help them get their schoolwork done so that they're on a positive list for the day. Bring extra activities. Now, this isn't something that you're always going to have time for. Just some teachers will say, "Hey, have them finish this worksheet and do homework." And you just know what's going to happen. They're going to finish the worksheet in 5 minutes, and then they are going to just talk, and it's going to be loud, and you're going to be like, "I'm so embarrassed because what the heck?" And it happens, but you can bring extra activities with you. It could be crossword puzzles, coloring pages, extra worksheets when you know if you're in 6th grade science and you're like, "Hey, I'm just going to print off this about leaves." I don't know, and made that up. You can do games. You can do mummy ball or whatever with, you could do hangman. I don't think they really allow hangman anymore because it's like hanging a man, but you can make something up. I think you get the gist of it, but something that they're able to do to fill time. Actively monitor the students. So use your proximity. This works really well. Moving around when they are doing their work. It gets them to do their work because they're like, "Oh, she's coming around. Oh my gosh." And it gives you an opportunity to see like if they're actually doing their work. I do believe with using your proximity, what I do in this case is like when I would walk around, not all the time was I just like quiet with and not saying anything to the students. I would walk around and say, like, if I was in elementary school and I saw a girl using a fairy pen, like say something about it, or maybe they're reading a book and you see Amelia Bedelia and you're like, "Oh my God, I read that book." Or no, Amelia Bedelia? No, Junie B. Jones or something. Or you notice they have a jersey on of your favorite NFL team and something. You can also just build rapport while you're using your proximity. Just make it short and sweet so that they're not completely distracted from their work, but it's a good way to get to know them and it's small talk. And lastly, praise the positives. You can say something in class like, "I really like how Alexa sat down at her desk and she quietly got out her math book." You could do that. or you can, I suggest doing that. But what I was going to say too is you will have more positives in your day than negatives. And there's going to be days where it's freaking terrible. Like, you want to come home and just drink the biggest margarita you've ever had in your life. And believe me, I've been there too. But when you really step back and you have gratitude and you look, you will see that there's so much more to look at. The students could have been excited to see you. They just could have had an off day. A teacher could have said, hey, we really like you. Can you come and sub for me? Good things come out of a bad day. You just have to sit there and actually acknowledge that and just have some gratitude with it. Before I let you go, I'm going to do a bonus tip. And I know I kind of already said this, but with class management, it is really key for the students to get to know you and you get to know them. And making them feel welcome is so important. So being kind through your actions and caring for the students goes a long way. So this is called building rapport. Like I said before, like small talk, when you are talking to a student who plays football and you ask them what position they play or how it's going, and like you open up a little discussion about that, it shows them that they care, that you care, and that you're not just like a person to be like, do your work. You know what I mean? I know that was like, I'm not trying to be funny, but we can either try to make them do their work, or we can be kind, care, and have them do their work. And I think that there's a huge difference in that. So building rapport really helps that chaos time. So keep that in mind. I'm going to link my class management playlist, and I will see you in the next video.